Iván, how are we doing, sir?
How are you?
Oh, man, absolutely delightful, delightful. How are everything good with you on your end?
Sorry?
Is everything good with you on your end?
Oh yeah, everything is all right. Thank
All
you very
right,
much.
awesome, awesome. Thank you very much for being here today and
Thank you for
taking the
having
time.
me.
This is incredible, incredible, man. Oh man, I tell you, I'm so excited to dig into the things that we are, today. I think my introduction to your work was The Divide, which we will get into. But wow, you definitely you've had some strangleholds for some roles in film there.
Yeah, well, horror has always been my kind of things that the movies I loved. I've been almost nurtured in horror
Mm,
movies. So,
man, I love that. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Now, yourself, prior to all of this, growing up. Um, when you were younger, were you introduced to horror and to film at a young age? Or I know you were real familiar with theater and such within family, but
uh, well, I was I my family has always been kind of film
hmm
geek family.
hmm
My mother has always been uh, a person really close to the cinema. She always wanted me to watch everything I could. And my grandmother, too, was a collector of goodies from movies. There was one time in Madrid where there were studios. They did several Hollywood movies there in Madrid, like The Seed, Charlton Heston,
Oh wow.
and some other movies there. And she always collected goodies and paper cuts and reviews from all these. And she was a huge fan of lots of stars and everything. So I was kind of born in that kind of fan base
Okay.
uh, movie family. Um, and then my mother, I remember once when we moved to France because I was born in Madrid, but
hmm
we moved to France in the early '80s, and we had a video club really close from home, and my mother will always send me there, and she always told me, "You pick one for you and the guys, my brothers, and you pick that one for me." So I had a
Okay.
list, and I remember picked a lot of Bruce Lee movies, Big
Uh,
Boss,
okay.
those
Yeah.
kind of movies for me and my friend and my brothers. And the list of my mother had strange names in it, like Sisters by Brian De Palma, or
Oh, okay.
or that kind of thing. So I was curious about that. And
Uh-huh.
I remember Sisters particularly because I asked my mother, what is that? What is Sisters? Is that a drama?
Uh-huh.
And she told me, no, that's from Brian De Palma. Oh, Mom, and who's Brian De Palma?
Uh-huh.
Well, son, it's the new Hitchcock. So,
Wow.
and I was
I see.
8 years old, so the next question was logical. Who's
Uh,
Hitchcock?
uh,
And so it
just
began.
goes and
Yes, I believe cinephiles are always curious about what surrounds them, and it's like a rabbit hole we fall
Mhm.
into and we never get out. And we're happy to stay in that rabbit hole, almost like
Absolutely.
Alice.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny too because you think even at an early age where you have questions, like who's De Palma and who's Hitchcock, and then you end up 20, 30, 40 years later and you're still asking, "Oh wow," discovering things even from earlier or today that you're like, "Man, I've got to go through and I've got to watch everything that this person has done now." It
That
never ends.
that's terrible, terrible. Because for example, I was watching the Cannes Festival announcement of the selection this year, and I saw the names. And I was on my basement in front of my computer, and I was cheering up for Ari Lester, you know. So like, wow, he's in competition, man. It was almost like a compensation to years of like the year that David Lynch won with Wild at Heart. I was at my parents'
Yeah.
at my folks' home, and I was in front of the TV watching the palmarès and the ceremony. And when they announced Wild at Heart in the theater, you heard like the boos and all the crowd shouting, "No, come on!" And I was cheering like a madman. My father asked me, "But what happened?" Devlin just won Cannes. Like
Yeah.
it was the most amazing thing ever you could ever imagine.
Right.
And with a movie like
Right.
Wild at Heart that I didn't saw at that time, I saw it
Mm-hmm.
when it came out maybe 2 weeks later,
Mm-hmm.
and I was amazed, of course. But I saw Eraserhead and Elephant Man and even Dune. You know, there were big things for us, for
Right.
my generation, I
Right.
believe.
Right. And you 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 tend to feel like you're right there next to that person, when somebody like that, is the underdog, or David Lynch wins that award, and you watch maybe them from earlier in their career and getting some sort of an accolade or some sort of a focus, if you will, of somebody that's in love with the film that you are too. You're like, oh, it's about time.
And
Thank you.
imagine what happened when David Leitch passed away.
Mm,
It was almost like a global mourners.
yeah.
We have
Yeah.
a global mourning. It's the first time in my life I see that. Probably that happened when Freddie Mercury died. You know,
Oh yeah. Sure. Sure.
probably, but I don't remember clearly because I was too young.
Hmm.
But in my lifetime, David Lynch has been like a huge loss for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
talks about the communion you're talking about.
Hmm.
That speaks a lot about it.
Yeah. And it is so interesting too, especially with the opportunity with here on Instagram, and a lot of, there's a bigger horror community than I even knew. But it's interesting that you mentioned that fact as far as him mourning, because I have friends from Japan and Indonesia and China, just all over the world, Paris, that were sharing, the news of his passing too. And it's just like, wow, like you mentioned, you sometimes kind of stop and think like the actual reach that some people have in the world, and the statement that they've made. And David Lynch, wow,
Absolutely.
incredible,
Mm.
incredible. Now, as far
Besitos al
as
cielo, as we say in Spain
okay,
and Argentina.
okay, beautiful. When you whether maybe more more special to you in Madrid or in your time, when you would move to Paris, local theaters, or did you have video rentals that were something, as far as you'd mentioned, kind of bringing home a movie? And tell us about these places, and what was special to you still today that comes to thought.
Well, the first movie theater I went in was the Cine Roma in La Plaza de la República Dominicana in Madrid.
Mm.
I remember seeing double feature there with my grandma. I
Mm.
remember seeing The Son of King Kong, Japanese movie.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I
Sure. Okay.
remember clearly seeing that movie because I was amazed by the special effects at the time. And
Love that.
that's my first memory of a movie theater. It was a classic movie theater, a small one, but a really beautiful one that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm.
And for
Yeah.
a video club, I have a huge memory of one of the most remembered video clubs in Argentina, in Buenos
Mm-hmm.
Aires, because I lived there for 12 years. I'm Argentinian.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a video club in a huge gallery in Buenos Aires, in Calle Corrientes, and it was called Mondo Macabro.
Okay.
And it was owned by one of the best Latin Americans or even world producers actually in the world now,
Oh,
which is
wow.
Axel Kuchevaski.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it
Sure.
was one of the guys working there. you know, and we were all young, and you could find anything there. For example, when I arrived in Buenos Aires, it was the early 90s, and I was looking for Bad Taste,
Oh,
Peter
sure. Okay.
Jackson classic movie,
Uh-huh.
uh, the Muppets, the Muppet movie of Peter Jackson.
Yeah. Okay.
Impossible to find, of course, anywhere, and in Argentina less.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I went to Monaco because someone told me, well, you might find them there
Hmm.
because they have everything. And I went there and they had it, which I
Wow.
was amazed about because it was really unfindable. You couldn't find it anywhere. And I could watch a lot of movies because of them. So I have a really good memories of that place. They were also, they created a fanzine which became one of the biggest magazines in Argentina, which was called La Cosa.
Okay.
And they now have a podcast, which is amazing too, which
Oh,
is
okay.
called
So check that out.
Frame Fatal.
Femme Fatale. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I have huge memories of that place that disappeared, but they created a huge Godzilla, statue of Godzilla, to for the local. And now that gallery has become the optician, how do you call it? The guys who made
Okay.
glasses.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Optometrist.
Optometrist gallery.
Okay.
So there are only optometry shops. And a huge Godzilla in the middle of the gallery because they can't take
What?
it out because it was made with it was made real. It's impossible to take it out. It's engraved on stone in the building. If you take that, all the building falls down. So yeah,
Oh my God. I can imagine, some people that have had, bad sight for a while and they finally get the glasses that work and they're like, what the hell is that thing?
it's just a huge Godzilla. I mean, really big. It goes to roof, and it's a tall roof.
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah.
sounds
So I
amazing.
had
Man, I'm gonna
really
have to see
good
if I can.
memories of that place. That was a video club that it's become has become a classic for a lot of Argentinians and a lot of people in Buenos Aires.
Now, does Mondo de Macabre, is that anything to do with the
The mon-
or any
the movies.
correlation? Do they do they have anything? Because there's like a boutique label nowadays that puts out Blu-ray. I think it's still around called Mondo Macabre. Is that any sort of
No,
correlation?
I don't think so. Mundo
Oh,
Macabro,
okay.
no, I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, okay. Man, oh man. Well, that place sounds awesome. And the theater, of course. I mean, I love hearing those stories
No,
too. Do you
those
remember?
yeah, that was the classic theater, and I went to a lot of theaters.
Mm.
I remember the first time I went to Los Angeles, and I went to the Chinese theater. For me, it was like, oh my god. And it was a Star Wars movie, of course. I went to see.
Wow, that is amazing. Oh,
Yeah,
when was
theaters
that? What Star Wars was it?
are important for me.
Oh,
I go to
absolutely.
theater I go to cinema theaters almost 3 times a week,
Mm,
at least.
man, man,
And
oh
my
man.
kids, which I'm really proud of, they ask me to go to the theater.
Oh,
They don't tell
wow.
me, okay, let's watch this movie. Oh no, let's just wait. She's on streaming, streaming channel. No, they say, oh, come on, Dad, it's still on theater. We need to go to watch it. We need to go.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of it.
That is a beautiful thing. Myself, as well, having having kids and that just being something from even young and bringing them and seeing different things. Even still today, if there's different movies that interest them, they ask. So I love that being something to be able to pass on and having that experience because it is an experience. Even still today with streaming and different things, being able to sit in an audience and have a gasp or a laugh and everybody together. And, maybe it's a terrifying horror movie. And at the end, you look around and realize, okay, we survived. It's an awesome
Absolutely,
experience.
absolutely. It's an experience, and you can't escape. That,
You're
that's the
there.
great thing about
Hmm.
theater, and you're safe
Hmm.
because the person
Yep.
next to you is there, and
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's such an for me, it's probably the most important experience in art.
Man, oh man. Now, as far as over the years and some of the movies that we've seen, and this is kind of, to mention in or out of the horror realm. What comes to mind as far as three scenes that are just forever ingrained in your brain? Maybe it was something that was scary, maybe it was a performance, a traumatic, disturbing. What comes to mind?
It's so hard. So I've been thinking about that a lot. It's like creating your top five or top 10 movies.
Sure.
It's impossible for me.
Hmm.
If I had to choose right now, today,
Hmm.
at this time
Hmm.
of day, because it might change tomorrow
Yeah.
uh, or in a minute,
Yeah.
I would choose probably uh, the last monologue of Mia Goth in as a performance.
Uh-huh.
Mia Goth in and one of the X trilogy, the second one. What was
Oh,
uh,
Pearl? Oh,
Pearl? The last
oh yes.
monologue for me is one of the performances of a lifetime.
It's
Really,
insane.
it's insane.
It
It,
is.
it is insane.
Yeah. There, you know, I mean, experiencing that in theater and sitting, I remember there was kind of a moment where I stopped and I was looking around at the rest of the audience in the theater, and everybody just sat there and had their mouths open and were just in awe
Yeah,
with what
absolutely.
was going on in front of us.
As
You,
a performance, I believe that she if horror movie wasn't so snubbed by awards, she was a winner. I mean,
mm-hmm,
she's amazing.
mm-hmm,
I never saw her performing like that.
mm.
Never, never.
Wow.
Uh,
Oh man.
if in a shock value way, in a shock value, if I'm looking for a shock value scene, I will probably choose because I saw it again, not so far in time. A Joe D'Amato movie.
Okay.
I'm not talking about his latest movies.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking one of the first ones, which is called Anthropophagus.
Oh yes.
You remember
Okay.
that
Oh
one?
yeah. Oh
Wow.
yeah. There's
I saw
probably
it
six or
lately.
seven
I don't
titles to it.
remember why. I don't remember why. Probably because I was prepping for this interview. I was looking for, I don't know, remember the movies that shocked me when I was a kid. And I saw it again. And man, that goes far.
It is vile.
It's vile.
Yeah.
It's dirty.
Yeah. There,
Dirty
I
movie. Then he went to dirty movies. But that movie is a gold dirty movie. It's a dirty
hmm
gold movie.
and
And I love it.
you
And
even look at the cover. I
the
think the DVD that I have is like this kind of ghastly fella eating on intestines from somebody ripped open. You're just like, okay, here we go.
that was amazing. That was amazing, really.
uh,
And
man.
if I'm thinking about movies with not on the realm of horror,
Mm.
I will probably choose one. All the scenes from uh, Once Upon a Time in America, which is my
Oh,
favorite movie of
oh
all time.
man. Wow. Okay. Was that something early on that you had been introduced to and then came around to love, or you remember being in love with it the first time you saw it?
I I remember seeing that movie with my dad
Mm.
in a movie theater, and I came out in shock.
Mm.
I was really I don't know. It really related to me.
Mm. Wow,
I was
man, man.
already in love with Sergio Leone, of course,
Sure.
but I felt like it's your moment of truth, Sam. That's the character from The Divine.
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah. Once Upon a Time in America is probably it's my favorite movie of all time.
Wow, man, oh man. And I love too as far as having that opportunity. opportunity, to be just in love with film and like myself, I of course I love horror, but movies in general, you have an action, you have a drama. There was a documentary I was watching last night on the Bermuda Triangle that came out in the 70s and is kind of a blend between actual happenings and, dramatized, or what the fuck am I saying? Dramatized, dramatization scenes that they, filmed and such. And yeah, it's just having an appreciation and a love overall for film.
Film
I
in
love.
general, for film in general,
Hmm.
what I love about really good cinema podcasts is that they make you discover new directors or new films that you never even thought about
Hmm.
seeing.
Sure.
And I discovered, thanks to Frame Fatale, a director that I never thought I would see in my life.
Okay.
And I don't remember the name right now. She's a director, and she directed movies with I don't remember. I recall later, and I will tell you.
Okay.
But what I love about discovering new movies is that I don't believe in bad or good movies. I believe in cinema. I believe in the power of it. I
Hmm.
believe in the power of storytelling and personal storytelling. For me, for example, I believe that Jess Franco is more of a storyteller, personal
Okay.
storyteller,
Uh,
than a lot of really well-known directors. For me, Jess Franco truly believes in the things he does,
mhm.
and truly doesn't give a shit. And I admire that. And I'm not making a fun of it. I'm
Uh-huh.
really, I admire that way of, I need to film to live.
Hmm.
I need to shoot a movie to live. It's my job. It's my
Hmm.
work, and I will do it the best I can with the money I have.
Yeah.
And I admire that, really,
His
really.
stuff always felt uncompromised. No matter what it was that you were looking into, maybe it had a little bit more of a budget and maybe it had $3. It just always felt like when you see something that's just Franco, it's like, yeah, somebody tried to tell him no and he's like, fuck you.
But if you look at the Jess Franco movies, there is always a moment where he
Uh-huh.
thinks what. Well, I believe he just, before he starts the movie, he thinks there is a scene he wants to do that he
Mm-hmm.
loves, and there's always a scene like that in the movie that is beautifully shot, beautifully cut,
Mm-hmm.
beautifully acted, or beautifully done,
Mm-hmm.
and probably surrounded by shit. But
Yeah.
that scene is a screen jam, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. I believe in that power of movies. I truly believe in that, and everything inspires me.
Mm. That's
Even that
special.
the most awful movies ever done inspire me.
That's I mean that's an important fact too. I think the fact of that even the worst movie that you could think of, it's horror, it's sci-fi, whatever,
Whatever.
there's always a glimmer. At the very least there's always a moment or a collective of different moments where it's like, wow, they had captured that moment in time and that is truly special. Even if you don't enjoy the rest of it, I've just always loved being able to sit in front of a screen or a theater and be able to experience somebody's story. A lot of hands at play too.
Well, at the same time, when we talk about the movies that have failed or not so good, I also believe that those movies we talk about that are so bad that they're good, it's
Hmm.
because they're sincere,
Hmm.
because there's
Yeah, sure.
something behind that.
Uh-huh.
They're not only cash grabbers.
Yeah.
They there is some there is a team behind those movies that
Hmm.
at the moment they did it, well, they, something happened and something true
Yeah.
happened. I truly believe in that. I might be too
Yeah.
romantic, but I truly believe that.
No, and I guess something that comes to mind maybe in the horror realm would be like, do you remember the movie The Troll or Troll 2?
Of
Yeah.
course.
So Troll 2 is notoriously one of those like so bad it's good, type things. But you see elements in that where there's a heartfelt, there's a passion behind it, even though it might be completely ridiculous and moments awfully done. There is still, like you're saying, I don't think that it's too far, to feel kind of romanticized by some of this, and the fact of that there's so many hands at play. You have cinematographers, and you have costume design, you have set design. It's hard for me to walk out of a movie and just absolutely shit on something or say that it's awful, because there's so much at hand that I just appreciate, the process.
And I think it's really beautifully encapsulated in Ed Wood.
Oh,
The Tim
yeah.
Burton movie. It really encapsulates that kind of passion. You need
Mm,
to. Uh, I wish I had that courage to
mm,
direct a movie myself. You know?
mm.
So that's why I admire those guys, because they
Sure.
did it, or those
Yeah.
girls, because they did it.
Yeah.
They did it,
Yeah.
man. That's invaluable.
Yeah. And even Ed Wood, the person, with Glenn or Glenda and Plan 9 from Outer
Of
Space. I mean,
course,
what? It's insane, but it's so fun, and it's great to revisit those and go back.
absolutely.
Now, I mean, as far as in your youth, you've mentioned discovering theater, but after an injury in ballet. Can you tell us about
Oh yeah.
getting involved in ballet, and how that was something that came of interest?
I started dance when I was really young, and my father used to play guitar in parties, and I dance. You know, I close
Okay.
my eyes and I
Okay.
dance. When I was a kid, not even 10 years old,
Wow.
and my mother believed that I could, if I wanted, take classes, ballet classes, and I
Mhm.
loved it. I really loved it. I never missed the class. I went to class even if I forgot my outfit. I will dance in jeans. I didn't care.
Oh wow.
I really love it. I loved it. But then I was admitted in the School of Ballet of Paris. But then I had an injury, so several injuries, as a
Mm.
matter of fact, and I couldn't be a professional ballet dancer because my foot will never recover the kind of flexibility that it will need to become a professional dancer.
Mm.
So I thought I will become um, a journalist for a while.
Oh, okay.
Then I started to really go into movies and into watching movies, and I decided I will become a director. And then one day I met a girl, and she was in theater. I went to see her, and the next year I wanted to impress her, so I went in theater. And when I was on stage,
Uh-huh.
I I was impressed by the stage
Hmm.
and by the way people reacted
Hmm.
with the way I act and the way things happened on stage. And I came off stage and it was like bursting in energy, an energy that I never felt
Oh
before
wow.
dancing.
Sure.
And I decided to give it my life to it, give my life to it, because I was sure about it. I was sure that I had to do that for living.
Mm.
That I
Wow.
couldn't live if I couldn't stay on that uh, reaction, action reaction with the audience and with my partners and with the fiction. And then I went deeper into classes of theater, and I discovered a lot of other things that really fascinated me, and
Wow.
I never get out of it. It's been
Man. Now,
30 years.
and the interesting thing, that I kind of was thinking about is the correlation between ballet and theater, and a choreography aspect. Did you find your time in theater there being something that complemented having that time in ballet and having different things that that kind of pushed you forward, rather than somebody just getting into theater?
I believe it helped me most of all in theater, on
Hmm.
stage,
Hmm.
because on stage, you are your own thing.
Yeah.
Um, I believe it's Tom Hanks who say that theater is for actors,
Sure.
and it's true.
Hmm.
If you want to become an actor, you need to do some stage. You need to discover yourself on stage, and I believe that ballet gave me a plasticity that helped me to become the character, um, which was really hard for me to translate later on screen, on television or movies. I found a way finally, but it took some time to discover my own physicality in front of a camera. Wasn't at all the same.
Mm.
But on stage, it gave me a lot of freedom. That's for sure.
Oh wow! And I mean, I guess that brings up a good point too, as far as they. I'm not an actor. I'm not involved in film or anything, but from interviews and different things that I've heard over time, somebody who's been involved from in front of the camera for so long, and then they get to stage, they're like, oh, this is a whole different beast here. This is live in the moment. So it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting starting in theater and then getting to the camera. I mean, did it make you almost feel a little bit more comfortable as far as starting in theater and having that aspect of life, like already something that you're very familiar with, and then getting in front of the screen or the camera?
Um, the first time I went in front of a camera, it was on TV in Argentina. It wasn't on the movie. And I didn't feel comfortable at all. Not at all. It was so, all the confidence I had on stage, the rhythm, I imposed the rhythm. It's really tough for an actor to discover that all the things you would do will be cut
Mm-hmm.
and and placed in the movie in a different way you thought about it. And that let go of acting, that let go of the things you do, it's it's really tough. It's really hard.
Mm.
It's an all new technique. It's an
Mm-hmm.
all no, 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 an all new way of do things. For example, I was amazed when I discovered that actors, when I started to watch behind the scenes, and those first DVDs that had behind the scenes, and you could see a little bit of the magic. And I was amazed when I saw actors during the scene. They didn't ask for a car. They were just acting. They made a silence. Director let it roll, and then they recover the same phrase several times until they get it right, or
Mm.
they feel they get it right. And when I discovered that, I didn't know I was allowed to do that. For me, it was because I came from stage, so it's all you do it, and that's
Yeah.
all. So when I discovered that I could do it several times,
Uh-huh.
oh shit! So can I experiment a little bit? Can I try something else? Can I do differently?
Uh-huh.
When when I heard that people like I don't know, Jack Lemmon did something totally different in every shot, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no way, really? Can you do that? Is it allowed? So yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Now it has become certainly more easy for me because of experience. But I still believe that my place as an actor is stage, first of all.
Mm. Mm. Man, oh man. And in mentioning in theater, and this brought me back to I was in theater myself, and you would have certain elements, with anything in life that were your strengths and certain things that were your weaknesses. What did you find that was the element that pushed you furthest out of comfort zone? And obviously it's not dance. I mean, because you were very involved with ballet and such, but you have, singing and you have maybe screaming, acting angry. What were elements that when you're young like this and your teacher tells you that you have to do this, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Um, when I went to Coraza, which is a teacher in Spain, Juan Carlos Coraza, I
Okay.
I was really uncomfortable with all the Stanislavski exercises and everything. I came from a theater school that is a French theater school,
Mm.
and I wasn't used to all that technicity. So at first, I was real uncomfortable with all the exercises of looking into a glass and see size and look at is it hot? Is it cold? Is it and I spent hours in front of a glass. And I couldn't. What am I going? How does that help me? And I was feeling real uncomfortable. And then one day, years later, maybe 2 years later, I finished school. I was in Buenos Aires and I went to a master class of a theater teacher, Fernando Piernas. And to get to that master class, I need to have a private meeting with him. And I told him what I'm telling you right now. And then he said to me, okay, you know what? Probably that's what will help you to get to your imagination.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
don't get it? Okay, think about, let's try this exercise. Just let your hand down and now feel the weight of a small ball in your hand. You know,
Okay.
what's its size? How much does it weigh? How much? And we did all the exercise, and I had a text prepared for. Let's concentrate on the weight, and then without telling me anything, after a long silence, he told me, "Okay, text." And I was so into my concentration on with the hand that
Mm.
everything became clear. Everything went onto places. Every little piece of the things I learned for 3 years, just boom, 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 went into place. And I was all in. I was in the present.
Wow.
I was in the right place because I was in the present time. Yeah.
Wow,
You
man.
never know when it's gonna hit you.
Right. And there's plenty of things in life that you sit there and you go maybe day after day or hour after hour. You're like, why am I doing this? What does this mean? This is absolutely pointless. And that 1 millisecond of just all of a sudden the dawning of like, oh, okay, now we've tapped into it, and I can go back and even re kind of thinking of all of those steps and why it brought you to that place. That's
Mhm.
interesting. Wow. Okay. Now, was this over like a course of, was that master class like, was that like a month long thing?
No,
How long did that
it
run?
was a week long,
Okay.
but it was
Okay.
really, really all day.
Mm.
We went into 9 o'clock in the morning, and he let us out at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh,
It was really
wow.
intense. It was beautiful.
Jeez. Now, your first roles earlier, you were mentioning as far as the television role. Was that barbarian comedies, or did that come
No,
after this?
no. Barbarian Comedies was a play that's my first professional work. I did it in the Festival d'Avignon. It's the
Okay.
first play I did in my life. Was a long play, 9 hours. Yeah.
Nine
Three
hours.
was three players, three plays in one. Valle Inclán, Ramón del Valle Inclán, Spanish author,
Wow.
and we did that in the Festival de Cannes. It was directed by Jorge Labelli, a huge stage director
Mm.
in France and Argentina. And the thing is, I was working with Maria Casares. Maria
Mm.
Casares is a legend in French cinema and theater.
Mm.
She is one of the actresses of Les Enfants du Paradis, for
Oh,
example,
okay. Sure.
or Les Dames du Bois de Boulogne, de Bresson.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, yeah.
she's a legend. She was a legend. And I had the chance to work with her on my first job. So the things I did, I used to go out of high school. I was
Uh,
in high school at that time, and I went directly not to theater, but to the restaurant just close to the theater because I knew she was there eating a big T-bone steak with fries. Really, when all the actors said, you don't have to eat really heavy before the stage because you will feel bad. She was eating huge T-bones. And I sat there, I was 17. She was maybe 70, 75.
wow.
And we talked because she speaks Spanish. She was the daughter of one of the Republican presidents in the second Republic in Spain.
Oh,
And
oh,
we
wow.
talked Spanish, and she told me about Jean Philippe, about the way she decided not to go to the Comédie Française, and we talked about a lot of things. She told me about Camus, Marcel Camus, which
Wow.
was one of his most known lovers. That was my first experience, and I loved it with all my heart.
Wow. And now this is 9 hours. Was this something that you did weekends for a month, or how long
No,
did
no,
that
no,
run?
no. From Tuesdays to Sundays for 3 months. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But we didn't do the 9 hours every day. It was
Okay.
divided in two parts during the week. Tuesday, Wednesday,
Got
first
it.
part,
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, second part,
Got it.
and Saturdays and Sundays, the two parts together. And it was nine
Wow.
hours, nine
Wow.
hours long.
Man, oh man, that is that is awesome.
I
I
did
have to
a lot of
apologize.
small parts in it.
Okay. Okay. And that's some of the fun about theater, though, is you have different things where you could have a primary role, and then maybe the day before somebody gets sick and it's like, hey, can you memorize these couple of lines?
Yeah,
Because we need you to
yeah,
be in a lion
that
costume.
happened.
You're like, I guess so.
Okay, good.
Roll with the punches. Yeah. No, I had to apologize too, because some of the interviews that I was, doing as far as research, I was trying to translate from either French or Spanish, and some of the things weren't quite translating correctly. So I was thinking that the Barbarian comedies was a film,
No,
but so this
it's
was
a theater
theater.
experience.
Wow.
My first
Okay.
experience on TV was in Argentina. I
Okay.
went to Argentina because I finished my high school, finished Comédie Barbare, and my father went there because my father is a really well-known singer in
Mm,
Argentina and in all South America and for a long time in France too.
mm,
And I went with him to his winter tour in Argentina, takes place in July and August, which is summer vacation for me.
okay.
And I was planning to come back to France in September and starting to apply to the theater school, National Theater School of Paris, and Le Conservatoire. But then I went there with my dad, and a friend of him asked him if I wanted to go to a TV show to an interview with other sons of famous artists. I'm
Mm,
a Maple baby,
hmm.
by the way. Uh, and I don't give a shit. And I went there, and what I didn't knew is that the producer of the TV show, which was a really good friend of mine, asked the director of the TV channel at that time to watch that interview and to watch for me.
Mm,
And next morning, I received a call from the director of that TV channel, which was Gustavo Jankelevich.
mhm.
And they asked me if I wanted to stay to do a TV show for them.
Wow.
And I was 19. I was in love. I'm in love with which is now my country because I became Argentinian 2 years ago.
Mm,
I except my nationality now.
Okay,
And
beautiful.
I wanted to experience it. I believe that Argentina is such an energetic place. She's full of crazy artists. It's full of young, crazy, amazing, original artists,
Mm.
and it still is. Um,
Wow.
so I stayed. I stayed for 10 years, and I did a lot of TV shows, a lot of stage plays, and I did some movies, and it was a really huge experience for me.
Oh man, oh man. Does anything come to mind as far as this is something that is my wheelhouse. I love, when people are from or guests are from anywhere from around the world or different things. So, horror movies from Argentina. I have, a couple that are in mind, but can you tell me about maybe some suggestions that I could write down,
Right
new or old?
now, well, I suppose
Does
you
anything
heard
come to mind?
about where evil lurks.
Oh, absolutely. Demian, Rugna,
Right, that's
so
such an
good.
amazing movie.
And then Terrified as well.
Terrified
That
is
guy,
amazing. Terrified is amazing too.
my
It's
gosh.
amazing. But you have another one, Die Beast Die. You saw that?
Die Beast Die? I
Yeah.
don't think I I don't think I've heard of that. Okay.
Oh, you
Die
should
Beast.
definitely watch that movie. It's almost like an
Oh, wait.
H.P. Lovecraft no country folk movie. It's amazing.
Is it okay, this is embarrassing, but is the cover all black with like a red almost devil like silhouette on it? Let me
Uh,
look.
I don't know the cover from the American DVD, but I remember it was.
Sitting
I
here
don't know
like a dummy. I
how
have
the
a
cover
computer right
was
next to
in,
me.
but it's an amazing movie. You should definitely watch it. There are a lot of horror movies. At that time when I arrived, I became friend with a lot of people who did um, lo-fi horror
Sure.
movies.
Okay. I love it.
And
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a certain group of that people that were Farsa Productions. They
Oh,
did
okay.
a trilogy of zombie movies without any money, and they're amazing.
Uh,
And and they're really good. They were so cheap that the first movie, I believe, is cut on camera, and it took them 3 years to do it. And it's cut on camera. I mean, they never went to an edition table.
really?
It's shoot chronologically on the same VHS type. Can
Oh my
can you
God.
can you imagine that? Okay,
What what movies were these?
Plaga Zombie.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to
You
jot this
should
down.
you should definitely watch those movies. They're amazing.
Is
Uh,
is Die Beast Die? Is that like a recent movie or is this
it's really a recent
80s,
movie. It
90s?
has 2 years, probably three years at the most.
I don't think this is what I don't think it was the movie I was thinking of. Crap, let me see. I don't want to take up this whole time here with searching this, but I
But there
love when
is
I
a
get.
really there is a tradition of horror movies in Argentina, and we have the best horror writer actually in the
Mm,
world, which
mm.
is Mariana Enriquez.
Oh man,
She is
dude,
just over the roof.
absolutely incredible. You have some people that you just wonder, especially in the horror realm, how is your brain wired like this? How do you come up with the things that you do? How do you have the talent that you do?
You know,
Um,
the first book of Mariana, it's Bajar es lo peor. I don't know the
okay,
title in English.
okay.
I don't know the English title, but I remember we were all on our 20s when she wrote it, and she was in her 20s too,
Mm,
and because we have the same age, and we were all like, "Gosh, this is amazing! This is the first book of a generation
mm,
that represents us because it really represented us in the
mm.
90s." during the 90s. It represented Argentina during the 90s. It represented a lot of things. All the bad feeling we had, the way we saw life, and she's still riding that zeitgeist. I believe she's still on time for everything. She's amazing. She's such a nice person. She's clever, fun. I don't know. I love her.
Man, oh man. And still releasing, wasn't there like, didn't she put out something maybe a year or two ago?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's incredible. And you look at some of the talent that's out there, and the fact of over a span of decades. It's not a couple of years of something decent. You having a career for decades that is still impressive.
And the last Baffici Festival was won by a movie that was written by her, by Mariana.
What movie was that?
It's based on two short tales of her.
What movie was it?
La Virgen de... I don't remember the title now. La Virgen de... No. I don't remember the title, but
Oh,
it's fine.
okay.
It won Baffici this year, which is
Whoa.
the Independent Cinema
Yeah.
Festival of Buenos Aires.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll message you later if you end up thinking about
Of
it, or
course,
or
she's,
let me know.
she's an amazing author. And
Wow.
so we do have a huge tradition of horror movie.
Yeah.
In Argentina, we have one of the best authors ever in science fiction, if you can say science fiction, horror, I don't know, fictions. Cortázar, Borges, those are fiction tales. Those
Mm,
are tales of imagination, of mending reality, of the fantastic realm.
mm,
So we have a
mm.
tradition of that.
Man, oh, man. I love it, and that's always been something of a draw for me, even when I was young. And I think maybe even it even started with Godzilla movies, and seeing different
Oh,
cultures and seeing different people's takes on myth or lore. And it dives into Asian culture, and then Spanish and Indian and Bollywood. Man, it's so cool seeing all
and
the different
Spanish
things.
horror.
Spanish horror, absolutely. Yeah, I think if I didn't say that, of course, I was meaning to include that as well, because over the years, holy man, I absolutely love, and appreciate for now early, from maybe those pivotal moments of you being an actor and taking on roles, being in film and in front of the camera. Um, who may have been some people that were very pivotal as far as your career, and maybe giving you some advice that was something that you had never heard from classes or different things like that really you feel like pushed you to the next level?
I have a lot of people who really I I own them a lot. I I I believe no artist is built by himself, but by the content and by the people who help who who he travel with. So my father, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but if I had to choose one, it would probably be Alberto Ure, which was a stage director in Argentina,
Okay.
who became a
Wow.
sort of a father figure for me.
Mm.
We did a lot of plays. We did 2 plays, but we rehearsed 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we
So
did the Don Juan of Molière, and we did Love, Valor, Compassion of Terence McNally, and we were rehearsing Edward II when he had his attack, and we rehearsed for several months Johnny Got His Gun of Dalton Trumbo.
mm,
And it was so intense, really so intense, the way he directed me, and I learned so much, that when the producer, which had little experience in producing, but she was happy to. She had a lot of money. She came to see the rehearsal with some friends, really high class friends, which were like expecting a really sad story about a guy who comes back from. Uh, the story of Johnny Got His Gun is a guy who comes back from war without his arms,
Uh-huh.
legs, blind, and unable to speak and hear.
Yep.
And there is only one spot of flesh in his neck that still feels the hot and cold of the day. And because of that, he can reconnect to life. And with his head, he does Morse code to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all the travel he does in his memories and in his present state to comprehend that. So it's not a love story. It's not something that it's easy to see or to hear, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they believed that it would be really like we're gonna cry a little bit. It's gonna be emotional, and we didn't wait that way. We went to the violent way. We went to. He asked me to do this monologue, and every 5 minutes change my eyes and stare to one person to the public.
Oh,
For
wow.
example, you would say, Father, do you remember the day we went to fish for the first time and we went on a boat? And do you remember that? Do you remember that? And so people get into the play because you
Mm-hmm.
force them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the point of view from the director.
Interesting.
And she was
Wow.
so outraged by that because she didn't want to take place on that horror story of that poor guy that she canceled the show 2 weeks before.
Oh, oh man,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. We had we had the stage done, everything done. But she was afraid. She was afraid that people will be shocked by it.
Sometimes that's kind of the point of theater, is really putting you in
I
your
know.
place.
So
And
we went to do Don
wow.
Juan of Molière, and it was a huge, big success, one of the biggest success of that year. And so we look at her and say, "Do you see what you must?"
Oh no, man! Oh man! What a shame. I mean, especially when you go and you put all of that work into something and time, effort, imagination, prep, and
Yeah, but it's not. It's never a lost job.
sure, sure, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, man. Well, maybe at some point here, we'll see something that come of it. You never know. But I wanted to dig into. I tried my hardest to uh, kind of dwindle down a couple of the projects that you've been a part of, and just hear thoughts or different memories. Ideas behind developing your role, time on sets. And I wanted to start with The Divide, 2010. Like I had said, I think this was my introduction to your work. Had to dig a little bit further back afterwards, go a little bit forward. What can you tell us about your time working on The Divide?
The Divide is probably one of the best experiences I had on a
Mm.
shooting set because I was well, I did the casting in front of Xavier, the director, Xavier Jeans.
Hmm.
You talked about Frontiers the other day. Well, you talked about French
Hmm.
horror.
Hmm.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
I did the casting, and when I was picked, I felt like I was touching heaven, really. Then when I went to Canada, we went there 2 weeks before shooting to rehearse because Xavier loves to rehearse with actors, which is really nice, and he does a lot of blocking, and it's really a great director for actors. And I met all the actors, Milo and
Mm.
Michael and
Hmm.
Susanna and Courtney and
Sure.
and Michael. And I was really like a fanboy. The
Yeah.
first movie I saw of Martin Scorsese in the theaters was After Hours. So you can believe
Oh.
that my reaction to Rosanna Arquette when she was in front of me was like, like dumbest guy ever. Michael Biehn, my God, Michael Biehn, forget about
Oh man,
it.
that's hilarious.
So I it was the best experience ever. It was a difficult movie to shoot because there were a lot of tensions in the during that shot. Really huge tensions,
Mm,
almost two sides.
mm.
Xavier is probably one of the most loving guys ever,
Mm.
and with his small voice, he always says, "Okay, now you need to go atomic on this. You need to. I want you to fuck her, and then she will eat peanuts in your hand." so, so, you needed to really trust the guy to get into that movie,
Yeah,
and I am thankful that most of us trust him.
true.
I know Milo, I know Michael, the two Michaels, I know Rosanna, I know Courtney, really trust him on
Mm.
that movie. And we went all the way to his direction. I believe it's a movie that has grown during the years. When it came out, people were shocked by it. There is even one person who said to Xavier that she needed to take a shower after watching that movie, which I thought was great. I mean, we talked about anthropophagus two
Yeah.
years ago, so for me it was a good review.
Uh-huh.
Not really for a lot of people, but then I believe it's a great movie. I believe it's a great, great, great movie, and the part of Sam, I really worked on it. I really tried to do my best. He's a coward. He's a person that it's not a coward. It's just a person that it's in a I don't know in a really shitty place. And what the movie shows is that even in the deepest, most troubled times, people stay faithful to their inner person.
Hmm.
So Sam is a jealous guy, is a coward, someone needs to be protected, and he chooses at the end with his inner person.
Hmm.
And that's what I love about the movie is unapologetic about that.
Hmm.
The person who should be the hero, Milo Ventimiglia, come on, we're talking about Jack here.
Yeah.
Becomes the most awful monster I've ever seen in an American movie.
Hmm.
Really, a
Hmm.
proto-fascist.
Hmm. Yep.
Uh, um, Michael Eklund becomes that amorphous thing with no gender, with
Hmm.
no humanity at all,
Right.
almost like a pre Mad Max character. Everyone loses his humanity, and it's a really bold thing to do. If you watch the movie again, you will realize that the first act of the movie is almost tells everything you need to know about an action movie done right now.
Hmm.
Just the first act. The rest is just showing you, okay, real life is not like in the movies. And if you find yourself in that situation, you will destroy yourselves because
Yeah.
humanity tends to destroy themselves.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
space to leave, you will destroy that space to leave. You
Hmm.
will need to be courageous to everyone. You will need to help each other. You will do that. And,
Hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
something that really surprised me with Xavier because all his movies are like that. He's really
Hmm.
pessimistic about humanity
Sure.
in all his movies. And when you talk to him, he's the nicest guy ever. Really, like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a great movie. You're gonna love it. And he always put me in those awful places. I did six projects with him. We became really good friends after that.
Uh-huh.
And I did a TV show. I did two TV shows. a publicity, Far Cry publicity, Far Cry 6
Oh
publicity.
yeah. Okay.
We did several movies, and every time he asked me to put myself into the worst situations ever. Okay, I'm gonna throw to you now 2 tons of water. Okay, you can you stand it? Okay, okay, I will accept it. That no problem. Okay, now we're gonna make a bomb blowing up just in front of you. You're gonna be covered in blood. Okay, thank you. Great.
I agree. It was I think 2 years ago now. I had the opportunity to interview Xavier, and it
That
was so
there is a
interesting.
really good question here. They
Okay.
say you were not allowed to take a shower to stay in character. Is that true?
Okay.
Uh, yes. It's not that we weren't allowed. We shot the movie chronologically, so the
Oh
haircuts had to
wow.
stay,
Okay.
and we lose some weight. We started the movie, and they asked us to gain some weight. So we
Okay.
attacked all the cheesecakes we could with Milo, Michael, and I. We became really true friends with them, and we started to eat a lot of cheesecakes and everything. And we won some weight, and then we lost. I lost 11 kilos, which I don't know how much is it in pounds,
Okay.
but it's a lot. I think Michael Eklund was the one who lost the most because he didn't eat at all, almost. He only ate, I believe, an almond per day and 2 yogurts.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Milo lost 12. Michael Eklund lost 16, I believe. Yeah.
Oh my
And we went to
gosh.
the hotel, and the guy at the lobby watched us every day coming back with blood in our faces. The, the hair completely lost and getting thinner every day. I could only imagine the guys at that hotel, looking it up, getting close to death.
Oh my God. I was just
I'm
doing
sorry
math really quick.
I interrupted you, but I saw that question. I thought it was
No,
um,
that's good. Here on my end, as far as pounds, I was just doing the math really quick. It's 25 pounds. So 11 kilos being 25 pounds.
20.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah,
Wow. Man, oh
in
man.
one month. In 1 month.
So you guys had shot chronologically, and so
Yeah,
that was where kind of the vision I mean, we're getting sunken cheeks, clothes getting dirtier.
absolutely,
Yeah. Oh
absolutely.
man.
And the
How
stage changed every day. Yes, every day we had changes, and it was really sad because when the movie started, we started chronologically, so we were all together, and then every time a character died, it went away. So the first one to
oh
go away was
no.
Courtney, and he always called. I love that actor. It's one of the greatest, and it's one of the greatest persons I've ever met. Really,
Oh man.
really.
Oh.
He never went to his room to change or everything. He was always in the entrance with a book. Great reader, great reader. Always with a smile. And after he went away, he called almost every 2 days on a video call just to see how we were doing.
Oh wow.
Such a
Wow.
guy.
Man. Oh man.
So
And then
that
I mean it's probably kind of sad too, in the moment of that shooting where you're now coming down every day to start your shooting. He's not there, she's not
and
there.
they
You're like,
started to
ah,
disappear.
yeah. Ay,
And
ay, ay.
suddenly Milo went away, and suddenly the other one went. Rosanna went away, and then Milo went away. Michael went away, and finally we were only, Michael and I, and it was kind of sad.
Oh man, and it just it is interesting because what I was saying as far as my time with Xavier, from being a longtime fan of Frontiers and then watching the Divide. The funny thing with the Divide was it was years ago that I had rented it. I think from a Blockbuster. I rented it from like a video rental, and so I was prepping for interviewing Xavier, and I wanted to watch the Divide again because I remembered enjoying this. and I had purchased it, and the Blu-ray came in. It was unrated, so I was like, okay. Oh my
Of course,
god,
it
very,
wasn't rated. There's no way to
very.
rate it.
This was a different cut from what I initially
Yes,
saw.
yes, it's a violent one, the
It.
most violent one.
I was like, oh no, oh
And I
my god,
truly
that
believe
guy.
we talk about subjects that now are, as a matter of fact, are really talked in society. But we're
Right.
talking about toxic masculinity,
Mm-hmm.
for example,
Mm-hmm.
which wasn't a subject at that time, or not
Right.
mainstream subject. We
Right.
talked about ecology. We talked about a lot of things that are not are becoming subjects now of society.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. What could you tell us about 2012 XXL? We have one of the
I
bits
did both
from
of them.
the ABCs of Death, and that what one were you in
I
part
mean, I
two?
mean, I mean both of them. I did one with Xavier, uh, which is in the first ABCs of Death,
Uh
and
huh.
the second one I did them with great with Bustillo and Maurice Bustillo. The French directors, the great French directors. So I'm
Uh-huh.
in both of them, and I'm both in the same letter, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. In X. Okay. What can you tell us about XXL? That was
Well, that's
disgusting.
Xavier called me once and he told me, I'm gonna do a short and do you want to stay with me? Do you want to do it? Okay, I'll do it. Of course, I'll do everything with you. And we shot it with a friend of mine, Jochen, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, real cool. And I stayed there for all the shooting because it only takes place in 2 days.
Uh-huh.
And I saw the special effects, and as always, it's really gruesome with Xavier because no more blood, more blood. Uh, and the other one, it took place in 1 day, and we shot with Beatrice Dalle, which is a French actress, a legend,
Oh wow.
that you might have seen in I don't remember that. Claire Denis movies. Have you seen Claire Denis movies?
I'm not sure.
You
It
should
doesn't ring a bell.
definitely watch
I
some
probably
Claire Denis
should.
movies.
Okay. Okay.
You'll love them. And we shot with her and Chloe Couloud, and it was great. It was a lot of fun, and it was an honor for me to work with Maurice Bustillo, which are I don't know, they're one of the fathers of the French horror cinema. How do you
Oh,
call them? The French horror. There is
is
an
this the two that directed
yes,
Inside?
of course.
Oh, okay. I do remember that one now. Oh shit! I forgot that you were in that. Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
I
Okay.
wasn't in.
Wow.
I wasn't in Inside. I was in
No, no, no.
the
Right,
shoot they
right.
did.
They're for ABC's of Death
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
There,
Oh my gosh.
so it
Still to this
was great. It was
day.
great,
Yeah.
and it
Frontiers
was also great
Inside.
because at the same time the producer was a guy who had a store at that time, which was Metaluna store,
Mm.
and was friends with the creator of one of the greatest sci-fi terror horror magazines in France, which is Mad Movies, Jean-Pierre
Okay.
Peters, and he was
Okay.
there to just talking to people. So I felt like my 12-year-old. I was looking at his idol. I was like, okay, let's talk about movies when it started like a fountain in the 80s.
Oh man,
I'm
that's so fun.
a huge
God.
fanboy too.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. And I mean, open windows. Maybe if you can, you can tell us about this a little bit. 2014, yourself, Elijah Wood,
Yeah.
a great
I
cast,
have I
a
have one regret with that movie is that they double my voice because I couldn't go to Madrid to double it.
oh,
I couldn't
okay.
go, so they
Okay.
doubled my voice, which I'm really sad about it.
Oh, okay.
But it was such an experience. Nacho Vigalondo is probably one of the most original, genius artists
Mm,
of this century. Really,
okay.
This one of the most brilliant persons I've ever met. And I remember that when my agent called me to do the audition, it told me that it was for The Pianist. Do you remember that movie with Elijah Wood?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So I was okay. Let's do it. Paco Plaza, I love him. Right, come on. Uh, and I went into the audition with the casting director. I did it. They like it. They asked me to come back to Madrid to do the audition with the director. I said, okay, I'm going to meet Paco Plaza. That's great. Cool. And I went into the audition. It was Nacho Vigalondo. And it was like, fuck me. No way. My head was spinning and my body was, don't show it. Don't show it.
Uh-huh.
Don't show it. I mean, we're talking about the guy who directed Time Crimes. Come on.
Yeah, really. Really.
So we did the audition. It went really well. We had a lot of fun, and we discovered we had a lot in common. You know, comic books, movies, and we had so much fun in that movie.
Mm.
Elijah was really graceful to me. He was really nice person, and it was an amazing experience. An amazing experience. I was really intimidated by the actress.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Sasha Grey,
Uh-huh.
she's an intimidating person. I mean,
Really?
she's so intelligent, so intelligent. And at the same time, and I say that in a way of apologize myself because I was so intimidated by her um, that when she asked me, how do you see the characters? I see it a kind of a Dennis Farina in Blow Up.
Okay.
She told me, "Oh, I love that movie. Oh, did you love Brian De Palma? Yes, yes. I love. Do you love movies? You know, I was." She looked at me like, "Are you dumb or something? Are you?" Yes, I'm probably dumb. I, I'm definitely dumb. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
But it
God.
was great. Such an amazing experience, and it was produced by probably the best producer in Spain, which is Enrique Lavigne. Has produced probably the best movies in Spain and the best TV shows in Spain, actually.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man.
And
Yeah.
he's an amazing person. You know, it's like he's a character. He's a movie
Okay.
fan. He's an amazing guy.
And I loved that movie. I remembered Open Windows coming out, and just I don't remember necessarily if like something like Phone Booth had already been out, but as far as seeing this movie and seeing the way that it's portrayed and through the different computer windows being opened and camera uh, um, security cams and such, I'm just like, man, this is really fucking cool. Like just a different original take.
And you know, there is an anecdote in that movie is that the way it was shot, they I don't know how Nacho's head works because he had everything in mind. All the movements, the camera goes from the screen of for the people who didn't saw it. It's all shot from the screen of a computer,
Mm-hmm.
and the camera moves on that screen from
Mm-hmm.
window to window, which the name open windows, and it becomes a moment where you don't know where you are anymore, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the end of that movie, which becomes so abstract,
Mm-hmm.
pure art.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we were shooting that movie, there are some scenes that are shot by Coldo Serra, was the second director. Coldo Serra, second unit director. Coldo Serra is the guy who directed Back in the Woods with Gary Oldman. Do you remember that
Oh
movie?
yeah, okay, okay, sure.
And I didn't realize it was him. And at one moment we were talking about a lot of things, comic books and whatever. And I told him, did you direct the movie? Before that, yes, I directed a small movie called Back in the Woods. Are you shitting me? Really? You directed that? Yeah. Wow, with Gary Oldman, and yeah, wow, I love that movie. Antena Scientific. Yeah, I love it. Do you know
Huh.
what? And I told him an anecdote that is true. That when we were in Canada shooting The Divide, we went to a video store, to a DVD store, and with Michael Biehn, and
Mm.
we were looking for movies, and since I'm a kind of a movie fan, they always ask me, what kind of movie should I buy? Do you like this movie? How's that movie? Do you like it? And I fell into the Iraq where Backwoods was, and I picked it, and I said to Michael, you should definitely watch this one. You will
Oh,
love it.
okay.
Really, you will love this movie. And when I told that to Cole, he went mad. Like, really? Really? Michael Bean saw my movie? I don't know if he saw it, but he bought
Rented
it. So,
it.
probably saw it.
Wow, that's amazing. And I love stories like that too, where just, people that are involved in film are, still fans even all these years of working in it and still, picking up a DVD or a Blu-ray and, sharing those experiences in somebody else's work. And I mean, it seems like it's an eternal appreciation, for each other. And even, once again with Open Windows, Elijah Wood, the constant, that he talks about anything from the smallest indie to something, big blockbuster. It's just always cool to see,
Elijah
where that
career is
is.
amazing. The way he chose to follow his career after Lord of the Rings, and the way he produces movies, the way he all the projects he does are amazing. Have you seen the movie Oh Loving Father, or something like that? I saw it at Sitges, at the festival once. It's a movie about him going back to his father place, who he believes is his father, and it's a huge gory movie, amazing movie, Crazy Father or something like that. I don't remember the name. And you have Elijah Wood in it, which is a huge star.
Hmm.
And the way he chooses the movies, the way he backs up young directors and people he truly believes in, I'm so admirative of his career.
Huh. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to check that one out. It stars
Yeah.
Elijah.
Yes, yes.
Man, okay. Now, I, from here, the next movie, which is again a Xavier film, Cold Skin.
Yeah.
I came across this 2017. I was in love with it. I didn't even realize that it was any correlation to Frontiers, to Divide, anything like that, until digging further into it. And man, one of the I cannot stop telling people about it to this day. I absolutely love this movie. It is crazy, beautiful, ridiculous, heart-wrenching, irritating, all in one. But what can you tell us about
I
your
have
time working
a
on?
really small part in that movie, but
Mhm,
Xavier really asked me to be in it because it was a Spanish
mhm,
movie, and
mhm,
because he he really fell in love with that book and that
mhm,
project, and he worked really hard to make it and to impose his vision.
mhm.
It's such an underrated movie,
Man,
truly underrated. For me, it's one of his best.
I
It's
agree.
it's a classical monster. Um, um, I don't know, century-old movie.
Hmm.
Could have been written by H.P. Lovecraft
Hmm.
or Jules Verne, as a matter of fact.
Sure, sure.
Um, and he chooses to tell it in those green, brown, blue colors. And I don't know. I love that movie. I really love that movie. So to be in it, just have this small part and be part of it was such an honor.
Where was
And
that shot?
because, sorry,
Where was that shot?
in Spain,
Oh, in Spain. Oh, okay.
it's
Wow. Oh,
a Spain production,
okay.
Spanish production. Yes.
Okay.
Well, we did
Wow. And
Spanish production. And they shot it in Las Islas Canarias, I believe.
Okay.
Canary Island. Yeah.
Sheesh. And you know, I was it what like a practical lighthouse? I'm sure I might have asked Saber
Several.
even.
I went when I went to the studio. I they built all the floors on stage,
Oh wow.
not some
Okay.
up, no,
Sure.
not, but
Sure.
every floor was built on the studio. It
Oh,
was great,
okay.
which was really beautiful, really beautiful.
Uh,
Creatures, man, the creatures. I mean, have you seen the gorge?
oh, oh yeah.
I mean, in the
Dude.
first attack, it's
Crazy.
so inspired by Cold The first attack of
Mm-hmm.
Cold with the light of the lighthouse. When I was watching the movie, I was like, man, these probably saw the Cold
I
you know.
I never thought of that. Yeah,
There's a
you're
lot
absolutely
of
right.
shots, a lot of way of showing the creatures just by the light of the lighthouse and
Uh-huh.
the way they climb that mountain and the way that they appear, they attack. There is something of Coleskin in that movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't be that strange, because I believe that they know each other, both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So I know it's based on a book.
it's based on a book, a Catalan book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Gorski,
Okay.
La Pelfreda.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking about
The
the
Gorge is
gorge.
inspired by a book. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
And
Man,
I'm talking
yeah,
about
I
the
like
visuals. The visuals are really.
hmm shots and yeah. No, I after you mentioned that, I'm like, oh, huh. Interesting. Yeah. But you know, I try to do my part. I've always loved, you know, as far as any opportunity I come across a video store, I love, you know, the opportunity of finding things in the wild. They say, you know, not buying on this online or, you know, at a shop on the internet or whatnot. And I always look for Cold Skin. I haven't found it, but I've seen
should
different, you know,
be
copies
should
of
be
Blu-ray.
known more. Should be more important that it is. It's really an rated movie.
Yeah,
Really,
it's
really.
gorgeous, gorgeous. I love that. And last up here, you know, I mean, as far as you know, to be able to wrap today, so I don't have you, you know, taking up your whole
It's
afternoon there.
okay. I have nothing to do today.
Beautiful. Okay, Under Paris last year.
On the
This
Paris.
movie is still going insane. People are still discovering, falling in love with, sharing. What can you tell us about this?
If you allow me, I would like to talk. I will talk about Under Paris, but I would like to talk about a movie that you probably don't know, which is Ashura, which was
Oh, okay.
directed by Talal Salami and is the first monster Moroccan movie ever made. And I played on that movie, and it was amazing. It's like It, Stephen King, It movie, but like
Okay.
an
Yep.
It story, but in Morocco. You should watch it. It's an
What is this
amazing
called?
movie. It's like the It book of Stephen King, but
Yeah.
it happens in Morocco. Story of three kids attacked by a monster, and years later they're all traumatized, and they come back together to confront that monster.
You said is it? It's called
And the name
Achoura.
is Ashura.
Ashura.
Ashura. You should watch it. Really amazing. We had the audience prize in Sitges in 2021, I believe.
Director, is it
Talal Salami.
Talal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm not even familiar with this. I haven't even seen this
Really
yet.
beautifully done movie. Really beautifully done movie. Classical movie.
Added.
Uh,
I'm sold.
I think you will love it. The monster is amazing, and I really love to. I had a huge, beautiful time there.
Wow. Okay. Now, was this your where did you say this was filmed again?
It was filmed a long time ago, but it went
Mar-
because we had a lot of troubles with the production. It took 4 years to finish it. So it went out in 2021, I believe.
okay.
2022?
Okay.
2022.
Wow. And Moroccan, you said?
It's a Moroccan movie. Yeah.
Was that the first time that you had been there as far
Yeah.
as shooting?
Yeah. The first time I went to Morocco. And
Wow.
then I
Wow,
shot
man.
another movie, but not a horror movie, not a horror movie there.
Oh, okay. So was this something just kind of like a time and place that
No, no,
matched
no,
up, and you're
no.
like, hey,
Different times, different places.
oh, wow, man. Okay, yeah, I'm
So
gonna have to
under
check this out. I have it
Paris,
under
under Paris.
Paris is excited, but I'm gonna watch this tonight. I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
know, brother. I'm excited. I'm
it's
excited. I'm
really. You should
excited.
watch it. The music is amazing. The shots are amazing. Talal is a really well. It's a beautiful director, and really, just check it out. It's really beautiful.
Awesome.
And under Paris. So
Hmm.
one day I received a call. We all knew, all Xavier's friends knew he was trying to do a movie about a shark in Paris,
Hmm.
which was like, okay, we haven't read the script, so we were, yeah, that's great. Can't you imagine a shark in Paris? Yeah, why not? And then one day he called me and he told me, well, we probably will have Netflix, but Netflix needs to be convinced on the visuals and the way we're going to shoot it. So I'm going to do a preface of all the movie.
Oh,
We're
wow.
going to shoot all the movie on TV, on iPhone, without special effects, with just the preface of the special effects, and with some actor friends actors, and we're going to shoot all the movie. So I went to shoot all that movie with Xavier on and all other actors, which also the first part, the role that was played by Berenice Bejo was played by Anaïs Parello, which is now the
Okay.
star of his next movie.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
and we shot all the movie on the iPhone and with a with a cartoon shark and transparent chairs to simulate we were on the water. And we, as a matter of fact, you know what? We swayed that movie. Do you remember that expression from please be kind rewind?
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we swayed that shit, that shit,
Okay.
and it took
Uh,
1 month and a half, almost like a true, like a real movie. I was there for 1 week, and then they accepted. Of course, they accepted, and 6 months later, we were in Alicante and in Paris shooting that movie, which was huge. I never went into a movie that's so huge in my life.
wow.
A lot of extras. The green screen man was, I don't know. I, I don't know how to explain it. We shoot it in the Ciudad de la Luz in Alicante, which is the set where they shoot The Impossible, the
Oh.
Jota
Okay.
movie, the Jota Bayona
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And only the end of the movie took 6 days to shoot. Only the part with the pub with the audience and but the all the end it took 2 weeks.
Jeez. That's the
Two,
whole
two,
shoot?
3 weeks, yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it was
Wow.
huge.
Man.
And I was really amazed by Xavier again by the way he treated people. We shoot it in Belgium too, in a huge
Mm.
studio. Sorry, I forgot that.
Mm.
Which is which was built to shoot with water. So
Mm.
all the water effects inside the water
Mm-hmm.
were shot there, and so we shot in different places all the time. Nothing was shot in Paris.
Oh, really?
None. Only one shot,
Wow.
I believe. All two shots of that end were shot in Paris.
Wow.
The
No
shot
kidding.
of the boat alone was shot in Paris. The shots of the bridges and the people on the bridges.
Mm.
That's all.
Wow. No
The
kidding.
rest
That is crazy.
was shot in Alicante or Belgium or whatever. It's really well done. I was
Now,
amazed when I saw it.
I was I was I was reading something, and maybe I have this wrong. As far as the final, that third act, and having all of these extras, were these like
Spanish.
uh, Spanish like actors
Yes.
or extras that were
No one
all out
speaks
there?
French. No, and I was amazed by Xavier again, and I'm saying that again because I saw it work in this huge production. I'm not shitting you. It was probably the most expensive French movie of that year, and the way he treated people, he never lost his kindness. Never, never. He never lost his temper. Never.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, and that gives me goosebumps, and I shoot it with my iPhone and I send it to him. When after shooting for hours on a really hot day, for 2 days on a row in the water with a lot of movements, with uncomfortable weather, the extras were asking for one more shot. They didn't want to leave,
Oh,
and
wow.
they were chanting Xavier, Xavier, Xavier. They love him, and that's something that you know,
Wow.
uh, Xavier has become one of the best, probably one of the best action directors in the world.
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw Mayhem,
I was gonna say not May. What's the TV
Mayhem,
series that
Farang.
is that what
He
it
did
is?
Farang, which is called it Mayhem in United
Okay.
States.
Okay, that must be what it is. Yeah.
And he shot a TV show which is Gangs of London with Gareth
That's what
Evans.
I'm talking. That's what I'm
With
thinking
Gareth,
of. The Gangs of
yeah.
London. Insane. So
And
good.
but Mayhem.
Okay.
That's probably one of the best direct action movies I've ever saw. If
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna
if
have to check
Gareth
that out.
Evans allowed me to say
Okay.
so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm familiar with Gareth, and his work too, and crazy.
We're
I
looking
absolutely
forward
love the
to
guys.
his next movie,
Uh,
obviously. Well,
oh
Xavier
man,
directed
absolutely.
the second unit of that movie, of this next movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, they become
Wow.
really close. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Wow. And see, and that like when Gangs of London came out, that was something that I was just like, wow. Okay, like he, I mean, obviously the guy's talented. Throughout the years I've grown and I've loved, his horror, but then you're doing action and you're doing sequences like that. As far as, with Under Paris, just kind of a couple other things. How did you find, from having things like a smaller stage setup like the Divide and seeing Xavier on Under Paris, how you mentioned like he likes to, work with the actors prior and do blocking. Did that change at all? Like, was there less opportunity for something this big a scope?
Well, that's the great thing too about Xavier, that he is a really prepared person, and that's why we did the preface. He already
Okay.
know how he will shoot the movie,
Mm.
so he kept his time for the actors for the small scenes, and do the block for the small scenes to let the actors breathe.
Mm.
But for the huge scenes, of course, everything was prepared, of course.
Hmm. Sure. Oh
But
man,
even there, he let us improvise a lot, which
wow.
is kind of crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. It's interesting because there was a movie, and there's not like a direct, reference as far as that this is a for sure thing, but there was a movie that was made in the earlier 2000s called 12 Days of Terror, and it talks about in 1917 there was a bull shark that started swimming up the New Jersey River, and that was where Jaws kind of got this idea of a shark invading anywhere from the big ocean to kind of smaller ponds like type thing. And then it was funny because then all of a sudden like Under Paris happens and is talking about this shark swimming into Paris, and I don't want to sound like a dummy. That's not a thing apparently, correct? There's not normally sharks that are going up into
No,
the canals or anything.
no,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay.
There are some sharks, but not that big.
Okay. Okay.
and not in the same. We had some big fish in it, but not that, not sharks. But you know what? The best review we had two great reviews from the movie. The first one was from Paul Watson.
Oh, oh, okay. Wow.
He wrote about the movie.
Wow.
Twitter. And he talked about the respect Xavier showed to the sharks, the respect he showed about, and the other review we received and we weren't prepared for it, and I wasn't prepared for it, was from Stephen King.
Oh, yeah.
We loved
It's so awesome.
it.
I
We
read it.
loved the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was something. Because I probably read whole books.
Oh,
I'm not kidding.
man. Wow. No kidding. What are a couple of your favorites?
You know, I still love Carrie a lot.
Hmm.
I believe his
Okay.
seminal work,
Sure.
first work. Uh, and I love Revival. I believe
Oh, man.
Revival is an amazing book.
Okay.
So
I still have to read that one, but I've.
such a deep book about death.
Mm,
Um, I love it, and I'm loving the last one. You like it darker? I'm loving all the novellas in it. I'm really loving it.
oh, wow.
I
Okay.
love the second part of Cujo, Shallow Rake. I
Okay.
love it. I read everything. Everything. I'm a huge fan of the King.
Have you have you read Joyland?
Thailand.
Is it
Thailand is
not great?
amazing.
Is
Thailand
it
is
not great?
amazing. Thailand is
Oh,
so
man.
unexpected.
It is
You know,
insane.
oh my God, such a great novel.
I love it. I absolutely love that. I
I
was
love
very
Joyland. It's an
taken back from it.
underrated novel of the King. Really, it's an underrated novel because
Agree.
so many themes in there which
Hmm.
are amazing.
Hmm. The
Almost
girl in the
like an
green
H.P.
dress.
Lovecraft kind of. I don't know. There is something so
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And romantic, you have kind of the love interest, you have the element to where, there's possibly a ghost roaming around this amusement park. Oh, you get shivers.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I think the other one that was right after that I loved, have you read Later?
Later, I need to remember if it's the same name in French.
The the little kid as a young man he sees dead people and doesn't realize it
Yes,
right away.
yes. I read it. Really beautiful.
Man.
But that's a beautiful novel. That's something. You know what I love about the King is able to write something that will give you the goosebumps and don't let you sleep for days, like it happened with Pet Cemetery
Oh,
or maybe Revival or Shining, and then he could write things that are pure love.
hmm.
And Light is something that is written by pure love.
Hmm.
And I mean it. It's pure love for those characters, pure love for this way of living in the United States, a way of living that I believe I've always been there 4 or 5 times, but I believe it's gone.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
almost like a
Yeah.
nostalgic way of seeing things, almost
Sure.
like a Ray Bradbury way of seeing things,
Hmm.
or at least it has become a way of seeing Ray Bradbury seeing things.
Hmm.
And I love him. I love it. I loved Billy Summers too. I
Oh,
thought it was
I still have to
great.
read that.
I thought it
Man.
was great. I
Yeah.
wrote Milo Ventimiglia and said, "You need to do that movie. You're a perfect Billy Summers."
It would be excellent. The Colorado Kid, kind of doing,
Colorado Kid is beautiful
yeah,
too.
like a anthology of sorts, maybe kind of working in some of
It's
those
beautiful
shorter
too.
stories.
Bag of Bones.
Oh, yeah.
Great shit.
Yeah. Sure.
Uh,
Yeah. I feel like Later was maybe one of the last things that I'd read of his where there's a sequence, for anybody who, I mean, I don't want to spoil it or anything, but there's a sequence. It's almost like a downtown, like a Gramercy Park, down in New York there, and he's talking about how he doesn't want to look up as he's walking across the field, and there's somebody that's there in front, come to find out it's like this
Yeah.
hideously deformed person that just got killed. Oh man, just the lead up, the work that that guy has, you know, is, in his writing is it is just absolutely
It's all about the character.
scary.
And
The
when he
development.
writes in the third person, when he writes, it's always in the head of the characters, and he writes it as they think,
Mm-hmm.
and it's beautifully done.
Man, oh man, Ivan, this has been absolutely awesome. Like I say, I could not be happier and more excited, you know, to be able to have you on today and to have this conversation, you know, and be able to have a little bit of time here to be able to talk about your incredible work. And I'm going to dig into even more. I have to check out Achoura
Achoura,
tonight. Achoura, okay,
Achoura.
Achoura. I will be checking that out tonight and possibly messaging you tomorrow and letting you
You
know.
tell
But
me, you tell me, guy, what you thought about it.
absolutely.
It's a beautiful movie.
Awesome. Thank you so, so much for the time today.
No,
This has been
thank
incredible,
you for
man.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're busy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there might be some time in the future, you know, if you have something going on, need anything as far as wanting to talk about a fun experience, you let me know and we'll connect up again.
Okay, I'll do that.
Ivan, thank you, everyone. So thank you
Bye
so,
bye.
so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Take
Have a nice
care.
day.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Awesome.
He's a lo-fi horror guy. Yeah, he's kind of a guy, but he is so lo-fi, a horror guy. Yeah. Lo-fi horror guy has been recorded in front of a live studio audience.